Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's segment. I know we are now on episode 3, and as mentioned, this is motivation match. We're just going to be going around some of the. It's still earlier on in the year, and I feel let's keep encouraging each other towards achieving the goals we've desired, and of course, plan for this year. And I know that we need it, of course. It's so negative out here, it's so hard, it's so seemingly disappointing, but we are here to encourage one another. Welcome to the hot seat. My name is Martha, and I believe we can encourage one another on this platform. We have so much in mind for you. Of course, as a relationship enthusiast, I'm hoping to bring people on board who we can now share as many things as possible. But for now, let's keep moving as we plan for the big things. So today I want to go straight to the point on matters owning up your life. Most of us have this habit of blaming everyone for things not happening in your life, not taking responsibility for anything, and most of the time, the things that actually make a lot of difference in our lives. But today I'm here to actually just remind us this thing, because this is a common thing. It has happened to most, if not all of us, whereby we feel like, this and this happened to me, therefore this is why I'm like this. Somebody should have helped me. It was not for that person who was supposed to actually connect me to this kind of opportunity, I would have been there. So many times we're blaming people for things that are actually part of what we should take responsibility in our lives. So I want to talk about holding yourself accountable for every required progress in your life, for everything you desire, for every goal, and for even mistakes. At the end of the day, ask yourself something like this, or rather, let's picture it this way: you are a movie. There's no way somebody else could be playing lead character role in your own movie. You are the main character, and at this point, you play a big role in whatever happens to you and in your life. So, yeah, we might feel like things, we need help. Of course, at the end of the day, in this life, we need people, we need help, and of course, we need God. But at the end of the day, for things to hit rock bottom and for you never to come back, it is up to you. Sometimes things don't work out the way you desire them to work out, but whatever happens, and even most of the times, we don't even have control. For instance, let me use this major example. Most of us talk about childhood trauma. We didn't choose the families we came from. Of course, it's a common saying, but we can, of course, choose where we are headed to. We didn't choose our past, but we can choose our future. At the end of the day, even if your past looks like it is making things harder for you to scale certain heights and for you to morph into a better person, it is possible for you to break those barriers by how you decide to view things, and inadvertently be able to as well build yourself. There is the fact that somebody is born in a rich family. Yes, it's easier for them to actually have better networks, better exposure, and all those sort of things, and of course end up in a better economically placed background even in the future. But that doesn't mean that because you have been born from a very poor background that you can't also make it. All of us have the capacity to do big things, despite the disadvantages we have, as long as we take responsibility of all that we have experienced in life and decide now, from now henceforth, I have been through this. I have maybe I don't have all these networks I desire, but at the end of the day, what can I do within my own capacity to scale better heights, to morph into a better person, and to even achieve the goals I desire? So for me today is to encourage you to basically take accountability of your own life. My dear brother and my dear sister, at the end of the day, what trajectory do you want your life to actually take? Yes, probably you went through so much that you feel like has affected your emotional strength, has affected your ability to even do certain things. It is true, and we accept that. We are not saying that we don't acknowledge that fact. But at the end of the day, will you move past that? You can't be 30 and you start talking about your class 2 childhood trauma that is affecting you to date. In fact, you even find people as old as 40-year-olds, they're still saying the way, I can't manage my emotions because I was never brought up in an environment where I could manage, I was able to bud into a stable person. That is true, but it doesn't have to be part of your life forever. You can become a better person, you can have a better future, and you can be who you desire to be if you take responsibility of your life. So let's stop blaming our background. Let's stop saying I don't have this because of this person, I was not able to go this far because this person prevented me from doing it. That is a reality, but at the end of the day, you take charge of your life, relinquish the power from these people, and begin to understand that you have the power to drive your life better than anyone else has. Even at the point where you have been helped, there is a level you cannot reach until you decide to make things better for yourself. So guys, my encouragement today is please take charge of your life. Take charge of everything around you. Take charge and take responsibility of every action, whether positive or negative. The moment you learn how to do that, it's easy for you to get past certain situations because you know, this is what I did, I have learned from it, and I know that I want to get better. All of us have been through those situations. I know we can become better people, and the only two things that I probably want to share. Number one, find out what you have been blaming people for. What is it that you have been thinking, if it is not for them, this is what I have been. If it is not for so and so, this is what I have done. It has some truth in it, but that doesn't mean you can only end up being what you desire to be, or doing what you wanted to do just because somebody else was required to help you in doing that. There are so many ways to do things. If so and so is not able to bring you to that place, then look for your own systems. Secondly, how are you going to relinquish the power from them, and own it up in your life? How are you going to stop allowing people to control or run your life? Ask yourself this basic question: who is running the show? Is it other people or is it yourself? A popular saying says, if you cannot run your life, then of course somebody else is running your life. That is how life is. If you can't manage your time, somebody else is controlling your time. Is it social media? Is it friends? Is it, if you can't take control of your life, something else will. If you can't run the show of your life, something else will. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, are you very intentional in actually realizing that we can give people so much power and we end up being stuck in the places we desire not to be? If you feel like there is somebody who you're relying on to get to be a better person, how can you take that power from them and then begin to move in that direction where you can actually become that person you desire? Yes, maybe they are where you want to be, and it's not that easy to get there without probably a hand here or there. But at the end of the day, can you just take one step at a time? For instance, even in this space, I know it's so easy for somebody to be able to do so much when you have a team, when you have maybe guests who are of high profile. But at the end of the day, will I decide to say that as long as I'm not able to reach them, then I'm not doing anything? By relinquishing power from such kind of control systems, I have decided at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I desire to do. At the end of the day, we can take small steps towards bigger goals. And that is how life is. So in as much as you want that help, which is very important, I don't dispute it, can you take that power from people that make you not quite make any progress? So please, at this particular point, my main point is this: take charge of your life. Stop blaming people for what is happening in your life. Stop blaming the past for who you are today. At the end of the day, when you are given full power for yourself as an adult, it's up to you to make a difference. Stop making or rather blaming people for what has happened in your life. Yes, they might have contributed, but at the end of the day, you cannot lag in that situation for the longest just because they made you, or rather you ended up going through that situation. So do your best. There's always a step towards any kind of progress. Take action. That simple thing you can do is important, even as you wait for this other help. Because most of the time we are waiting on people, and we end up doing nothing. So do what you can within your capacity, and trust you me, at the end of the day, the God who actually opens doors will come to you. Take charge of your life. Otherwise, ciao. Then we shall see each other on the next video. Please stay tuned, and of course, remember to comment and just tell me, what do you think about this? Do you think we have given people too much power over us? Do you think we have actually made things harder for ourselves by just allowing systems to control how we operate? Otherwise,